What's happening, guys, and welcome to the bonus Instagram video series. What I recommend doing first, if you haven't already, watch the fundamentals in the Instagram series, watch the 2 case studies, and then come and watch this video here. Because what we're going to be doing here is growing 4 different Instagram accounts right now, and I might even add a few more down the track into this series here. Excuse me. 4 at the same time from scratch, and we're going to be growing them. They're going to be in completely random niches. They're not going to be in the same area at all. I've actually written down which areas I'm going to go into. One, I'm going to do one on dogs, because I guess that fits in as well with the Facebook dog training series. And again, don't know anything about dog training or dogs in general, but I know people love dogs. We're going to do one on the Olympics. We're going to do a fan page for the Olympic Games coming up in 2016. The reason why I chose that is because if you can create some cool fan pages for events that are out there and that don't really have a following or a base right now, when the time comes that the event is coming up, you can shoot them an email saying, hey, look at this fan page I created with a bunch of fans. I want to know if you want me to work for you and continue running this and promoting your event, or if you want to purchase it from me or anything like that. And I've been able to get some really cool local festivals around here in Australia, different events that I've been able to get to, free tickets, get to meet and greet with a few celebrities and stuff like that, purely from creating social media accounts as fan pages for events. I don't mention that anything about them in the official fan page. I just I phrase it in a way that it does entice people to like the page. Yeah, I'm not breaking any rules there, so we'll have a look at that a bit later on. Another area what I'm going to look at here is tennis, because I personally I'm a big tennis fan, and I've played tennis my whole life as well. Long story short, I broke my jaw when I was in grade 4, and I couldn't play any contact sport. Over here in Australia, rugby, which is our version of football here, is the really big sport that everyone loves to play, and I couldn't do any more contact sport after that, so I picked up tennis, and I did quite well in tennis throughout my life. So I'm passionate about it. I'm going to find it fun posting about it, looking at pictures and interacting with other followers in that area. So I recommend for yourself, choose an area that you love, because if you love it, definitely other people are going to love that niche as well. And you can always then monetize that audience later on by matching them with a product that's going to benefit them. But we'll talk a bit about that later on as well. And finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose someone on Instagram who already has a little bit of a base, but I'm going to actually take them from that maybe couple of thousand fans and show them how we can then implement strategies, the same ones that I'm using throughout their fundamental series and the different case studies, on their personal profile to build their image and their personal brand, to make them become either Instagram famous or get them promotional work or get them interviews or whatever it might be in their industry. So we're going to make them a bit of a figure in their industry and really supercharge their social media marketing. So let's just get straight into it. What the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure we've got an email for every single account that we're going to create. And I've made this mistake many times before. I've either made an email that I've just forgot what the email was, as I made it on Hotmail or Gmail, and I forgot the password, or I forgot what the email was for the account. And if you then go to reset your password and you don't know the email, then you're screwed. There's no way you can get back into your account. Also, in saying that, another thing I've done before is I've created an email on a domain name that the domain name expired, so I didn't want to use that website anymore. I didn't want to pay for the domain name to go through for another year or 2 years or whatever, and it expired. However, I had an email associated to that domain name that was connected to my Instagram account. So when I had forgot my password, or when Instagram sometimes shuts you out of your Instagram account and asks you to reset your password, I couldn't, because I did not own the domain name anymore. The website was down for that domain, and so were all the emails. So make sure, if you're going to do it, make sure you know the emails you're using, write them down on paper. I find that's the best way to do it. Keep it in a drawer near your computer or something like that, somewhere that you won't lose it, because it's so important. Because if you get kicked out, all the hard work you've done is just going to go to waste, and it's very frustrating when that happens. So what we're going to do here, we're going to create 4 emails right now. So we're going to go to bluehost.com, which is where my hosting is. Alternatively, you can go to Hotmail or Gmail and set up a new email there as well. But if you have a look in the website series in Socialite Pro, I show you how you can create emails, link it, and purchasing a domain name, which is the website name up here, for yourself, for your brand, and then you can create as many emails as you want off that domain name, sorry. So we're going to hit login. I'm going to log into my account. And again, if you don't know what Bluehost is, it's where all the files are stored for your websites, for your emails and stuff like that. So again, check out the website series because that will explain all of this and you'll have a much better understanding about all of this here. We're now in the cPanel and we're going to want to hit emails, which will then take us to this account here. So you can see here, I've created a few emails previously, but what I want to do is you select a domain name from the drop-down list, email. So for example, we're going to put in maybe Olympics. I'm going to put in a password. And we're going to leave it on 250 megabytes rather than unlimited. We're going to hit make a brand new account. We're going to do one for tennis. I might have already done this one, but I'll try. Create an account. Account already exists, so we'll try dogs. And this can be anything, as long as you remember it. So I'm going to be very simple and put the keyword for each of the accounts as the email. So that was created. So we've got 3 at the moment. So we've got dogs, Olympics, and tennis. They're all set up, the email's ready to go. The next one, we're going to be looking, I'll show you a bit later on how we can search for people that have a couple of thousand fans and that might want to take us on and let us help them boost their image to that next level. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. For the time being, we're going to create those Instagram accounts for dogs or dog lovers, for the Olympics, and just for a tennis fan page as well. So I'm just going to pause this, get my mobile up on the screen, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open up Instagram by clicking it. You can download it from the App Store no matter what device you're on. And then we're going to register with email. We're not going to register with Facebook because we haven't got a Facebook account connected to any of the emails we just created. So we're going to hit register with email. And then we're going to type in the email we used here. So for example, here we might do tennis at Socialite Pro.com. Username. So maybe we'll look at stuff like tennis life. See, right now it's not really working for me. Normally they have this little face here goes green or red depending on if it's available or not, but right now it's being a bit silly. So we'll do a test. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was just a dodgy password for now. I'll change it later, so don't try to hack into it. So if we hit next, it'll say, yeah, that's correct. Username already exists. Tennis lifestyle, we'll try. And remember, you can always use these underscores if the word itself is taken already taken. Maybe because you've seen the previous video, we'll do one on luxury hunting, so maybe we'll do tennis hunting. Make a bit of a theme of this. And we'll go next. And that's available. Now I'm going to type in here tennis hunting. Next. Skip. I'm going to skip this. And there we go. We've created an Instagram account for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write that down, that username. So tennis hunting. And now I'm going to go back in and do one for the Olympics and do one for the dog trainings. I'll do that now, and I'll tell you guys what I created for those usernames. So you're back in a minute. Alright guys, so I just thought I'd show you quickly here some of the options that are available for the Olympics. So Olympic Games isn't available, but if I type in Olympic Games Rio, which is the next one coming up. It's available. You can see the little green man here. I'll type in Olympic Games official. It's available. If I type in Olympic Games _ official, it's available. We'll try 2016. That's available. It's all available. So even though it's almost the end of 2014 now, I guess, you can really set the pace by thinking of events that are in the future and then planning for them now. Yes, it is a little while away, but if you start making some serious groundwork now, especially these giant events or music festivals or sporting events or football games or soccer game, or whatever it is, you can have a big base by the time the event comes around, and who knows what doors you can open then and people that you actually meet. So this is a bit of a trial and error game, and you can always change the stuff later, I guess. But what I'll do here is I'll leave it as that, and then we'll hit next, and that is correct. And then I'll type in fan page for, I'll type in Olympic fan page. We'll skip that. And then you can see here the Olympics Games fan page. What we're going to do underneath this, because our name pretty much has Olympic Games official, it's a bit cheeky there. So what I'm going to do under here, I'm going to put in created by fans, for fans, so something along those lines to really show that we're not actually a part of the Olympic Games, where this is the official fan page of fans for the Olympics. So it's a bit of a cheeky way to get away with stuff like that. No one's really going to chase me, but yeah, so that's what we're going to do here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how they're going to gather content for these accounts. We're going to input a bit of a text in each of these, but I'm probably going to do it on the actual computer because I hate typing with my phone. It gets pretty frustrating. So I'll show you guys how we can do that in a minute. So I'll pause it again and I'll be back with you guys in a second. Alright, so before I log into Instagram on Instagram.com, I went to do it, typed in my username and password, and it was wrong. But then I came over here. Oh, actually, let me just get this up again for you guys. And I actually typed the username in wrong as well of my Instagram account. So I called it something that no one's even going to search for because it's spelt wrong. I think I left out an I before the A in official. So I'll show you guys now. See, Olympic Games official. So what I want to do is change that. And to do that, I'll hit edit profile. I will then select the name itself. And you can see now that's much better. I'll hit done. And now it's changed it over. And that's the way you can change your username ever easily. So if anyone ever says, look, you should change your username, or hey, my business is something like that, or can you make it a bit more obvious that for whatever reason that they're asking you to change it, it's fair enough. You can change it so quickly like that. So that's how you change your username. And what we're going to do now is we'll try this now. We'll log in. And now it's logged me in because I now have the correct spelt username. I'm sure some of you probably watched that before being like, oh my God, he's spelt this wrong. But what we're going to do now is hit my profile up here in the corner. I'm going to hit edit profile. In the bio here, what I'm going to type in is something like created for fans. For fans, send your something like that. And here you can put your one website in that you want to send traffic to. So you can either do that now, or you can do that later on once you have a bit of a fan base. I normally do it a bit later on because I don't want to be looking like I'm advertising anything yet. I'm just wanting to provide pure value. So I'm just going to leave this for now. We're going to hit submit, and now that's updated. And it's gone black again here, but I'll show you what that'll look like. If we go back to view our profile, you can see here we go here. It's now entered all the information here. It looks quite nice. And actually, I'll close this again and get it up on the computer so you can see what it looks like on the iPhone. I'll just open that for you guys now. And there we go there. Fan page of the Olympic Games, created by fans for fans. Send your pics to Olympic Games at Socialite Pro to be added. I could have made a bit more of a generic email there. Maybe I could use my Luke Maguire email or something else, but for now I'll leave it at that. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to go into the other profiles, set this up as well, and then we're going to start looking at how to gather content for all these different pages, set it on autopilot so it sends out, and then I'll show you a few different ways about how we can start getting some interactions going on. And on each one of these accounts, I'm going to do something different. So one way I'm going to set it on autopilot through a service, one way I'm manually going to go out and interact with users, and one I might do a bit of both and use a few other different tools there. So I'll show you guys that a bit later on. But I think I'll leave this video here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.